Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
It's always that Carson's Corner logo that always has that technical issue. We need to fix that real quick because they need to receive the proper love that they deserve. But until then, let's talk about making deals. Are you ready to ride with the devil? Wait, hold on. Wrong season. That's Kamen Rider W. What am I talking about? Let's talk about Kamen Rider Geats. I am TimeRider Zero, your host, and with me is my freezing white bear of a partner, Astro Red, Mike Brogdon. How you doing?
Hi. First of all, Merry Christmas Eve to everyone. And if anyone's wondering why I am under my blanket, it's because it's too cold.
Yep. And it just occurred to me, I'm not wearing my Geats shirt this time. Well, I suppose we could take an we could take an intermission break about wearing the correct t-shirts because next week is an intermission episode apparently. But until we get to that, what are we talking about? We are talking about Kamen Rider Geats episode 15, Stratagem 6, Kamen Rider Qualifications. And I have to say, some really funny stuff about this episode. Downside, we don't see Tom and Mike in this episode, which makes me a little bit sad because I want to see more Tom and Mike, especially after what happened last episode. And by the way, I want to give a shout outs to them because apparently they watch our podcast.
Shout out, thank you so much.
It means the world to us. And to any fans watching us live, we also appreciate you taking the time out of your Christmas Eve to watch our show. And because you could be spending time with family. I know two of our castmates are, and we are about to as well after this podcast is over. But let's talk about a little bit of a thematic thing. Last week, we talked about how a Vadarian contract can screw over the contract user. In other words, you will put on this dress and call yourself Mary. But that wasn't part of our deal. I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. But this week, we're going to talk about Faustian bargains and how instead of screwing over the contract user, how it can screw over the contract maker. I'm hurting on the inside.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to make you feel better about making a faulty contract. And by you, I mean the game master.
Well, I'm about to say, don't put me in this. I had nothing to do with it.
Nope. I'm just an innocent DGP contestant, just trying to save the world and nothing else. You know,
sure, we'll go.
I just want to save the world. That's all that matters. Just save the world.
We'll go with that. Sure.
Yeah. So where we last left off in this episode,
where we last left off was Geats he's retired.
Retired.
No! But I'm sorry. Yes, I don't care what anyone has to say. I was rooting for my son Tycoon. Yes, I know this is called Kamen Rider Geats. I don't care. I was rooting.
It's all about that Kamen Rider Midoriya. Yeah, I know Leo's rooting for Kamen Rider Geats Howard. And I know that Jared is rooting for Kamen Rider Buff because it rhymes with tough. I know I'm personally a fan of Kamen Rider Neko Ni, but I think we could all agree as long as Kamen Rider Mary, pray I don't alter it any further, doesn't win, we're all happy.
Yes.
But So Geats doesn't have his memories, but the thing is, the effects of his past contracts are still in effect. So he's still a celebrity, and he's having a heart-to-heart conversation with his dad, who is only his dad and nothing else. He's like, man, I'm busy. Well, what do you expect of me being busy? I am the star of the stars of the stars, the stars of the stars of the stars of the stars of the stars.
Breathe! Breathe! Of the stars, of the stars, of the stars, of the stars, of the stars.
But as he steps out, it occurs to me, hold on. All the other contracts are in effect. But then I remember to myself, his first wish was to be a participant every single season until he dies. Not until he gets disqualified, not until he gets retired, until he gets killed. So he's still alive, which means that even if Buffa wins this time around, even if Punk Jack wins, or actually, what even happened to Punk Jack in this episode? Now that I think about it,
apparently he got mind controlled.
Yeah, like we know that much, but it's like he's still like he like also eliminated or something because he's still got the belt. No, we don't see it retired next to his name in the previous episode.
I don't think he's eliminated or retired.
But the point is, even if Buff, because it rhymes with tough wins, even if Midoriya wins, even if Neko Ni wins, it won't change the fact that next DGP, you are contractually obligated to make Geats Howard a participant in the next DGP. Which means as soon as he touches the ID core, he'll get his memories back. Which means everything you did in the last 4 episodes,
he'll remember.
It's completely pointless.
Pretty much.
Like, and the worst part of it is, even if you try to do it again, he's gonna remember that you did it the first time. Which means, even if you, in order to succeed doing it again, you will have to work even harder at it. And you're gonna have to do, and on the third time you do it, assuming you succeeded the second time, it'll be even harder than that. So, Game Master, you just played yourself. Yourself. Another one.
Another one. Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I am in a blanket. It is too cold. It is like
yeah.
It's like 12 degrees. And the wind chill is like -2. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I would happily switch places with you.
I'm going to LA.
Yeah. Well, either way, tomorrow I'll be in the same time zone as you. So, like,
yeah,
I don't mind switching latitude.
You'll still be in the warmth.
Yeah, and I'm saying I don't mind switching latitudes with you. But yes. So Game Master calls the botanist, and the botanist is like, well, you just played yourself because without Ace, there's no way you could beat my Jimoto because I got a really nice one this time around. And of course, he's referring to Rook.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's been 15 years since Kiva was on TV, which means you could have a Checkmate Jimoto team versus Checkmate 4 team and make that like a springtime film, and we'd be happy with that. Just saying. Saying.
I know a lot of people would be happy with that.
Oh yeah, because again, Kiva's a great season. Geats is a great season. I want to see the Fox and the Dragon duke it out or team it out.
honestly, if we're gonna, I know we're going a little off tangent, but I like Wizard.
Yeah. So we got, so everyone is told that the boss Jimoto, the final boss Jimoto, is here, and there's only 3 contestants left. Again, I have to ask how, why, something, what's going on here? Where's Punk Jack? He got brainwashed, but still. So the 3 of, so surprisingly, this is a very simple final boss fight. All you got to do is protect citizens until the final boss is either defeated or retreats. And I'm like, this is way too easy.
Exactly. Something's got to be up.
Yeah.
Something's got to be up.
And of course, the 3 remaining riders assert what their wishes are. Neko
Nacho is
Neko Ni wants to find true love. Midoriya wants to bring back all the fallen riders, and Buffa, because it rhymes with Tuffa, wants to be stronger than any possible rider. And I'm thinking to myself, we've never seen a tie in a final boss fight. They never established that it is impossible for it to happen. So while we know that this definitely won't happen, I do humor how interesting it would be if they did have a 3-way tie. Like, imagine this 3-way tie. Neko Neko Ni finds the love of her life. Midoriya brings back all the dead riders. Of course, Geats would not be affected by this because he's still alive. Buffa becomes the most powerful, but then in the next round, Geese Howard still has to come back because of his contractual obligation to come back every single time. So how interesting. So this would make an interesting setup for Geets Howard to have to fight Buffa in a world where Buffa is the most powerful. And this would lead into.
But Toei's gonna hit us with like, yeah, no.
Because like this would create a perfect setup for Geets Howard to eventually have to get his final form in order to overpower Buffa.
We shall see. We shall see.
Now, we know that this isn't going to happen, but I am humoring the possibility, hey, what if this did happen? So,
Toei, come on, give us something. Give us something.
Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, just because I'm flailing around a C4 can doesn't mean we're sponsored by C4. I'm just drinking it because I'm drinking it. Just be perfectly clear. But C4, if you do want to sponsor us, just let me know. But
please let us know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like I'm not drinking this because this is a gratuitous product placement. I just happen to be thirsty and I need some brain juice.
I mean, C4 is actually pretty good.
Watermelony, nice. Okay.
Hey, that's my favorite one.
We get right into it. Of course, Geets Howard is just being a model because he's the stars of the stars of the stars of the stars. And while everyone else is fighting their butts off at the end of the world, which I gotta pause and ask, Girori, once more, you did not think this through, because even if he doesn't have his memories back, this is the end of the world. What's to stop a couple of Jimoto from invading the photo studio where he's supposed to be shooting, which would result in him being chased down, rescued by one of the riders, and then just like Sarah, he's going to accidentally touch someone else's ID core and remember everything. Didn't think this through, did you?
No, not really, no.
And of course, this is wholly a coincidence, but one that I'm glad I considered, because when it comes to making contracts, well, let's just say my parents are very disappointed in me that I did not become a lawyer, because apparently I'd be that good at it. Buffa fights Rook, and Rook says, "Attack the castle, you sure about that?" And that's when he remembers, oh no, Rook is actually Shiroi.
It's his friend.
No, it's not his friend. It's the other finalist from the Daybreak season.
Oh, you're right.
The White Bear Kamen Rider. Can't you tell by like his proclivity of making dad jokes?
Oh yeah.
Fire. Well, good news. At least his cameo appearance makes him a relevant character, not just a one-off to get killed off. and of course
that was settled. That was settled.
And of course Ginpen Jimoto Rider also shows up once more, which means that Tycoon is also conflicted. this is Ginpen again. How do we deal with this? And just as I predicted, they attacked the photo studio.
Come on.
And I know maybe Geats lost his memory of all of his fighting prowess from all the experience he gained from being the DG contestant for the longest time. But I also want to invoke his second wish. A life where everything is a life that is comfortable, where I don't have to put work into it. That means he basically has spidey senses now. Like, he could easily fight off Jamoto without having to know how to fight, because that would be a side effect of his second wish.
That is true.
So even if he doesn't know how to fight, he doesn't need to know how to fight. He'll win the fight regardless.
That is true. You're right.
As Jerry would say, beat the system. He beat the system. He beat the system.
Okay, now I'm getting warm. Woo! Okay.
Okay, now you're back in the game, fully hydrated.
Fully hydrated, fully warm.
It's a Gatorade commercial with Peyton Manning, where they got like this giant lifelike action figure of Peyton Manning, and then like he gets dehydrated, so like you have to like get him to work again by like feeding it Gatorade, and like there's a line in the jingle that goes, "Back in the game, fully hydrated, Peyton Man." Yeah. I swear, I feel like this is Wayne's World. Where it's like I'm not gonna sell it to the system. By the way, want a Dorito?
I'll take a Dorito.
No, I don't want any chips, but I'm pretty thirsty. Can you pass that Pepsi? Sure.
But we digress.
So, Game Master is highly banking on Buffa, because it rhymes with Tuffa, to be the winner of this season, because he is the strongest competitor out of the three, and of course Geats is no longer around to get in his way. So what could possibly go wrong, right? Well, Buffa, that rhymes with because it rhymes with Tuffa, uses his randomizer, gets a slot fever buckle, and gets what we so far have been making fun of for being the most useless out of all of the raised buckles, the propeller. But, if anyone can make it useful, it's Buffa, right?
No.
Well, I'll say this. At least he didn't get bat smacked by the final boss. Because every single person who has used the propeller raised buckle has stated that they've been bat smacked by a Jamoto. First, we got Nago, who got bat smacked by the previous final boss. Then we got Letter, who got easily creamed and then bum rushed by Pirate Jamoto. I think even what's it called? I think even Punk Jack got it in the Labyrinth episode, and he pointed out that it was useless.
I think so.
And now Buffa surprisingly didn't get smacked while using it. So, hey, Buffa, congratulations. You really are the Tuffa.
But then next thing you know, whoosh.
Yeah. And of course, Ace shows up. Hold on, let me move the banner out of the way for a second. Ace shows up and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? It looks like you guys are trying to save the world and you're in trouble. Like, is there anything I could do to help you?" He's like, "There." And Buff, because it rhymes with tough, says, "No, there is nothing you could do to help us. You are a bastard and you lost the game. There's nothing you can do. I will win this game, and I don't care about the rest of y'all, because I'm going to win this for me, because I'm Buffa. Put some respect on it."
But then again, it's so hard to say goodbye.
No, here his theme song is, "You're the best around. Nobody's ever gonna keep you down. You're the best." And then it goes like, Day after day, seems I push against the clouds. Oh no, actually, who can say where the wind blows?
No.
No, wait.
No.
What you say?
Wait. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk to you again.
But anyways, we see him get not retired, but
Oh,
not
it's game over for him. He did, which
he
means
did.
if he did, if Tycoon doesn't get his wish,
He
if
did.
Tycoon doesn't get his wish, he perma dead.
If Tycoon does not get his wish, he is dead. He is beyond dead. He's like
It's
no.
It's all for you, Midoriya.
But
Because you are the one rider for all riders.
that's right. But then after that, you see them, back at the DSP HQ, and he's like, "Yo," and Ace is like, "Yo, give me back my driver, give me back my ID core. I'm gonna give him these hands."
Yeah, and of course, and he's like, there's no overruling your disqualification. You're gone. I don't know how you got your memories back, but it's not gonna matter. You can't participate. You've been disqualified. And that very thing that I predicted at the start of the episode, Geats is like, I'm not here to overturn my disqualification. I don't even care about winning. I'm just here to save my world, the world that I created. I'm here to save the world. You know, that thing that the DGP is supposed to be doing? That thing? And of course, the navigator shows up and she says, we have to let him play because he wished for a world where he's a participant until he dies, which means retirement does not affect him. It affects his memory, but it doesn't affect him.
Exactly.
You have to straight up kill the guy while he's playing, and only while he's playing, in order to get rid of him. And given a second wish, he ain't gonna make it easy for anyone.
Nope.
If Ace were to ever die, it would be like literally in the last 2 episodes of this show,
or maybe the last.
No, I'm saying in the last 2 episodes.
Maybe, but
yeah, because I know that, like, for example, in Kamen Rider Kabuto, the second to last episode was called Tendo Dies. He doesn't actually die, but everyone assumes he's dead. So.
Yes. But anywho, Ace shows up. Ace shows up.
Like, and let's talk about how he got his memories back. How familiar are you with a certain film called Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, I'm familiar. He left himself clues.
Look behind the poster. Look behind the poster. This is literally. He did the thing from The Good Place. When Eleanor.
No. He basically left himself clues. And he's basically like, you know what? If I ever get eliminated or retired, this is what's going to happen. You need to do this, make with this, and then you need to do this.
For those of you who haven't watched The Good Place, watch it. It's on Netflix, all 4 seasons. But trying to be as minimally spoiler as possible.
And
a crazy plot twist is revealed in the season 1 finale, and she was threatened to get her memory wiped, so she left herself a clue that would eventually help her figure everything out after the memory wipe. Ace did the same thing. He
did.
He is the Good Place god.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, my son Ace. Yes, I'm with Kamen Rider Tycoon, but my son Ace came in.
He's mopping the floor with
He
everyone.
not only he used the boost buckle, he used the magna buckle, he used the zombie buckle, he used the twin charge buckle.
This is the man that knows how the game is played, and he played the game.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Like, come on, and then you hear the theme song behind, like.
And the thing is, like, even like, and the thing is, the other two remaining competitors, they're like I don't know if we could play this because one, neither of us is strong enough, and two, you have proven you have ulterior motives. We know that the Jamoto are somehow related to fallen riders. I don't know if I could morally go up against them if that's the case. But Ace is like, hold my sake. Because I will fight for the sake of humanity.
Hold my sake for me, please. Bam, bam, bam.
And of course, so we've seen the command buckle in its cannon jet mode, but have we seen it in jet cannon mode? Bam! Look at this! Look at this beautiful. Like this screenshot is just so beautiful, and I got to it completely by accident. Although you could tell it's CGI because if you look very carefully, you could see certain goof in it. But
I don't care.
But it looks damn beautiful.
I don't. That looks just like.
And personally, like, I'm surprised I was able to pull at just the perfect screenshot where it both looks beautiful, and I found a CG goof. It's like that picture of Sasuke when like he's doing like a spinning move and his face is like super distorted. Like, this is what it reminds me of.
I can't.
But no, it does look good though. Like, the posture is amazing. I want a figure art of this guy. And yes, I'm well aware that, as I pointed out in a past episode, this does look like a Gundam.
It does.
This very much looks like a Gundam.
For me, it looks between like a Gundam and like a Battleizer from Power Rangers.
I mean, it's both.
Yeah, it's both.
I mean, a lot of Rider armors are practically Battleizers for Kamen Rider. Man, Power Rangers haven't been doing so well with Battleizers lately. I mean, they did have the night form. Dino Fury had a great Battleizer. I agree with that. I'm talking about earlier seasons. They just have not been handling it very well. Like for example, I like the Battleizer used in Beast Morphers, but I hate that it was only used for 2 episodes.
No.
And only the first half of Beast Morphers.
No. Honestly, I like the Ninja Storm Battleizer.
See, but I don't like. But the thing is, I don't consider a Battleizer unless it's specifically for the Red Ranger. Like, because like in past seasons, like in the Disney era, in the originals Saban era, it's always been the Red Ranger that would have a Battleizer. Sure, you had Mega Battles, which other Rangers could use, i.e. Quantum Ranger and Lightspeed Blue and Green Rangers, but mainly a Battleizer specifically was a Red Ranger thing.
Yeah, but even though he was a 6th Ranger, the Quantum Ranger, even though we're digressing,
Mega Battle, not the same.
No, I know, but still, the Quantum Ranger is still considered a Red Ranger.
No, he's a 6th Ranger.
Look at Forever Red.
Yes, they needed a 10th Ranger to fill the slot.
No, but he still counts as a Red Ranger, though. But we digress.
No, Kaiser would disagree with you.
But we digress.
But nevertheless, I wish the Battleizer from Beast Morphers would come back. Maybe in purple to match the Lion Zord colors. So, he uses the cannon mode, and it is beautiful. Then he goes back to jet mode, and it looks even more beautiful.
Exactly. And then when he lands and it explodes, all you see is his eyes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and of course, his sponsor is very elated.
why are they
I
looking?
find it interesting. Geats has been playing for the longest time, but he never had a financial sponsor until literally just now in the last 3 episodes. That's crazy because, technically Punk Jack had a sponsor, Nago had a sponsor, but Geats never had a sponsor, really. Yeah.
I guess we'll the next
And by the way, and speaking of sponsoring specific riders, this takes me to what's it called, Hunger Games, where building sponsors gets you unfair advantages. DGP. Okay. And of course, we find out why is the round not over, and then Girori and the Navigator both explain there'll be one last round. This is a chance for one of the two of you to become the god, and a chance for Geats to undo his disqualification. And given the title of the next episode, I know what it is.
Same here.
They're gonna play Fox Hunt, and Geats is the fox, meaning either Geats is gonna have to kill the other two riders, or the other two riders have to kill Geats.
One or the other.
One or the other. And sure, we could say we don't know that. Like, maybe it's just a disqualification. No, I know Girori's game. Like, he's going to insist that they explicitly game over the other characters, not retire them, straight up game over them.
Which is that's just kind of wrong.
Yeah. So here's hoping that somehow there'll be a 3-way tie.
Toei, if you
or there'll be a last minute intervention where it's saying, hey, you can't do this, man. Like I'm undoing his disqualification. You guys can tie break on your own without killing each other.
Toei, if you care about us, please give us this. Please.
But in the end, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like the season 1 finale of WMEC Masters, because it ended on a cliffhanger because an anonymous ninja eliminated both competitors for the Dragon Star, which means that they would have to do a sudden death game that would affirm which one of the two of them does become, the new Dragon Star champion, because a ninja is not qualified to get the Dragon Star.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And of course, we find out that the ninja in question is actually Larry Lamb. Bleep you, fictional version of Larry Lamb, but not the real life version of Larry Lamb, because we love you in real life.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Kamen Rider Geats episode 15.
Stratagem 6, Rider Qualifications. So, likes, dislikes, score out of 10.
Honestly, there was nothing bad about this episode. I give this episode 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. I agree about giving it a 10 out of 10. Again, banger! And also, Girori played himself so horribly.
That's the only reason. That's one of the things I find funny.
Like he's been so salty for the last several episodes, to the point that he's making careless mistake after careless mistake. Like he's even more careless than Punk Jack. Exactly. And that's saying something. It's like, oh, he's eliminated, but you did not account for the fact that he might get his memories back during the final round because random Jimoto might show up.
Exactly.
Like, if that happened to Sarah, what's stopping from happening to Geats? Heck, he could have even given the botanist guy instructions. Hey, yeah, can you make sure that the entire world is destroyed except for this specific studio? Because I want to make sure Geats doesn't risk getting his memories back.
Exactly, but
botanist guy might not listen to him, but at least it would have shown that he put that into consideration.
But guess what? He
coulda, shoulda, woulda, Coulda, shoulda, woulda. You did not think your game through, and now you're about to screw yourself. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Shall we go to the comments then?
Yes, shall we? Yes, we shall. And ladies and
Comment section time. We are doing this live, so that means anyone who's commenting right here on the chat box, we're gonna read as many of your comments as possible throughout the remainder of this live stream. So please and thank you for your participation. Let us know what you thought of this episode, what you think is going to happen in the next episode, and so on and so forth. Okay, Vasquez says hello. Hey Vasquez, how you doing?
Hi Jetty.
L'Oreal says, what's up guys? How you doing, L'Oreal?
Hello, L'Oreal.
The Game Master was crazy. What he and this Jamoto Gardner up to? Ulterior motives. That's what they're up to. Ulterior motives.
Okay, I just started getting cold again. Start for me to become a burrito.
Use your fire chakra.
What fire chakra?
The one in your stomach.
I don't have a fire
It's powered by willpower, just like a Green Lantern ring, even though it is a yellow chakra.
Let's not go
Manipura, Manipura, Manipura. Yes, I do know the names of the 7 chakras. Okay, and that huge boss they got, where the heck did they get that? Stranger Things? I get it, because it's a giant flower and looks like the upside down thingamajigs. I don't watch Stranger Things.
You don't watch Stranger Things?
Nope. I prefer to watch Goonies.
Be glad for me.
Okay, all I know is that my twin is in that movie. Sorry, show. My twin is in that show.
You have a twin?
Yes, I do have a twin. He's a fraternal, unrelated twin, but he's still my twin because we were born on the same day of the same year.
Oh gosh.
But clearly, I'm the better looking one. But hey, gotta love him in those Domino's commercials. Okay, by the way, we're not sponsored by Domino's. Again, Wayne's World, gotta tie that in. Toei's effects for their powers are so freaking top notch. Yes, they are.
I need to learn their ways.
Well, you could always move to Japan and apply for a job there.
There's something called I need to be qualified for that.
Never too late to learn. Michinaga's recklessness was totally absolutely stupid. Yes, it was. But again, it's Michinaga. He's Kamen Rider buff because it rhymes with tough. His name isn't Rain because it rhymes with brain. Okay. I gotta admit it. Ace said tactical sneakiness is kind of ooh la la. Not as ooh la la as Thomas, but I give Ace an 8. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Battle Royales like DGP, I gotta admit, are rather fascinating than the Toga stuff we're used to.
I agree.
Yeah. Speaking of dad jokes, I'm a sucker for those. Well, then I guess you should watch some Curagers. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry to reiterate, but like I said, Ace's tactical sneakiness.
Beating the system definitely earns him an 8. An 8? Why not higher?
Yeah, why not give him an 11? Bam. Let's see. This episode I give a 10 out of 10.
Yup.
Vasquez says, hello, can I ask a question or comment in the show you guys talk about? I didn't start to watch the episode yet. Then watch the episode. No one's stopping you.
I'm getting her into Kamen Rider.
Okay. Yeah, no, this show, like, no, seriously though, Don Brothers and Geats are such bangers, and I just can't. I swear to God, if King Oger does not live up to Don Brothers, because it's an insect season, I'm going to get so angry at Toei. I'm going to flip a table. Maybe this table. because Dawn Brothers, it's high quality. Presented by Saya. And you have an insect season. Like, you cannot go wrong with an insect season. I've waited forever for this. I waited forever for this.
Then you got your wish.
And I hope they live up to that wish. Actually, you know what? How do we not know that I wasn't already a DGP contestant?
Just go.
And then my wish was,
go.
I wish for a world where Toei finally makes a Sentai season based off of insects. And then I won, but lost my memories because unlike Ace, I cannot participate multiple times.
I can't with you.
But in any
thank you, everyone.
So I'm already gonna make a prediction for King Oger. The 6th Ranger will either be a rhinoceros beetle, or it's gonna be an arachnid because it's not an insect at all. And you gotta have the 6th Ranger stand out from the others. So those are the two guesses. The 6th Ranger will either be some kind of beetle or something that is not an insect at all.
We'll see. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep.
And yes, I am back to being a burrito. Why? Because I'm cold.
And I'm back to being a plate of carne asada because I'm too hot. Okay. In any case, we want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas because today is 12/24, 2022. And so 'tis the season to be jolly and merry and hugging and loving all your family. And 'tis also the season to give us a like, comment, subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube. I'm just kidding. No, but for real though, we are almost at 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So any new subscribers would be greatly appreciated.
Tell your friends, tell your family.
Yeah. Share, like, comment, like, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Share it to your friends and family. Give them a holiday chuckle from the various shenanigans we are up to right here on our Kamen Rider Geats reviews on the Morphin Network. If you like Kamen Rider Black Sun, we do those on Thursdays. But this week we might take the week off because last one we did was a little spicy and
a little.
I'm being hypobolic. I'm being hypobolic, not hyperbolic, hypobolic. So for the holiday seasons, to maintain our seasonal jolliness in time for episode 8, we may or may not take the week off for Black Sun, but you can still watch the past 7 episodes.
If we do come back, right, we will be doing Black Sun on the 5th of January, and the 5th of January is my birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Century King. And of course, if you like Super Sentai, we are also doing Dawn Brother reviews. Yesterday, me and Jared covered episodes 21 through 25. If you want to check out the earlier episodes where Clyman and Jackie covered episodes 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, or 16 through 20, those are also available right here on the Morphin Network. But next week, we are definitely these two guys are definitely going to be doing episodes 26 to 30 because we are trying to catch up to episode 45 by the time 45 airs, because we're behind. It's like watching our reviews of Kamen Rider Revice all over again if you really think about it. Yeah. Oh man, that was one hell of a 2-month period, but we got through it and we'll get through this. And of course, if you like Power Rangers Dino Fury, be sure to check those out. We recently did episode 16 and 17 with this guy, with Leo. And stay tuned later this week if at all. They're gonna do episode 18. Yeah, episode 18 on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. I am going to be out of the country next week, so very likely I'm not going to be in any of the shows next week, including Geats, but we are still going to do Geats on Saturday, just without me, because it is an intermission round that we do need to go over, and we are going to see how it plays out. Right here on the Morphin Network. Also, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to our sister show, The Buttery Show, where we review movies, talk to guests, and discuss gaming news. Most recently, we talked about our predictions for Game Awards. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, we're going to talk about the results of it. And of course, that will be led by Leo. So be sure to check that out and give that channel some love too by sharing it to your friends and family. 'Tis the season to be sharing, of course. And if you want to watch our content, that's not related to Morphin Network or the Buttery Show, Mike, where can they find you while you're not freezing yourself over?
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Michael. You guys can catch me on Instagram at RedRanger2134 and on Twitch at RedFalcon347. Like I said, I have not been streaming lately because I am in the process of moving. When I move, that's when we will continue our adventure through Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you could follow me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto. And you could find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. I'm not going to be Twitch streaming for the next week just because, I'm going to be spending the week in Tula, Mexico, spending time with family. So again, for anyone who may or may not miss me for the next week, understand why. But you will catch me again in the new year. So for all of you Mike fans, Jared fans, Leo fans, and fans of other members of the Morphin Network, hope you have a merry, 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 merry Christmas. And for all of you who are fans of me specifically, which I'm pretty sure there's just one person, if any at all, I'm just kidding. No, I will see the rest of you next year in 2023.
And to everyone who is a fan of me, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And every other member here of the Morphin Network. Until then, ladies and gentlemen,
on behalf of the entire squad,
we wish you and everyone else a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate it, and a Happy New Year.
And in that season of merriment, be sure to hug your family and friends. Tell them you love them. Update your emergency kits, especially if you're on the east side, like this guy.
Really?
Yeah, get yourself a fire starting kit because you're freezing over there. And
why you gotta do that to me for?
Yeah, and for those of you who are further south, like I'm going to be, make sure you stay hydrated because it is summer season down there. Well, not for me, but for some of our fans in the southern hemisphere. Be sure to stay hydrated. Stay warm if you're up north. Stay cool if you're down south. And 'tis the season. Make the most of it. Enjoy your Saturday. Until next time, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And a happy DGP. Bye.
Happy New Year.